Get some things going on here. Make sure the stream's set up correctly. It's connecting. There we go. We're live. Live. Good morning, chat. All right. So we have good connection. We've got good audio. Just make a little note here. So, live stream is happening. If you have a request, is the time. All right, we got that out of the way. Welcome. My name is Dark Pool Algo, and I am a smart money dark pool and block trade pro trader. Yes, I need to start using that word trader more often in my commentary because I believe the YouTube algorithm likes that word more than algo. I think it gets freaked out when you start talking about it. So, with that being said, what do we want to use today? TrendSpider? Yeah, we'll use TrendSpider. With that being said, welcome to the morning live stream. I stream every morning, Monday through Friday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. I may stream the open today. Don't know where. Do not know where. I hate it when it says that. Try this again. Let's see. There we go. Much better. Okay. So, with that being said, I stream every morning, Monday through Friday. I use smart money, dark pool, and block trade algorithm software from FlowTrade. If you haven't got your trial yet, if you haven't signed up, go check it out. We find stuff that moves. We find plays that rips. We make millies. That's the goal. So, that being said, there's a link in the description. If you have any requests, make sure you get them into me now. And I will see if there's anything on Twitter. Doesn't really look like Twitter's popping this morning. I know we had some news, and I forgot to do my news. So give me a second. Let me grab. Let me get. Let me grab the news for this morning. I know CPI numbers are coming out probably right about now. So, okay. So I guess Reddit's the thing to do these days, huh? All right. Well, I'll get that set up today. So if anybody has any tips, tricks, suggestions for Reddit, let me know, and we'll get going. All right. So there's a couple stocks I want to look at today. First of all, let's review the ones that we are in currently. So I got some Tesla calls yesterday. And one second here. Beep, 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 beep. I hate those bing, bing, bings, bing, bing, bings. All right. News. The news. Curaleaf Holdings watch cannabis names after Chuck Schumer. U.S. Senate will be releasing and discussing it. Oh, federally legalized cannabis by Wednesday. Marijuana movement. So, you know what that means. That means that we're going to watch CUR. LF, GRWG, Tilray, and yeah, we'll just start with those. Maybe ACB? Is that still a thing? All right, so the news is that basically the U.S. Senate will be releasing a draft of the federally legalizing cannabis bill. Hey, I think that's cool. I think that's really cool. Anyway, I'm going to look at Tesla real quick. So, looking at Tesla on the daily. All right, what a move. So, gap up, resistance, sell off, support of the 50 SMA. We've got a rising 200 SMA, I'd like the 50 get back above it. Good ADX, good VWAP. Broke through the monthly, let's see. 4-hour and daily MACDs are positive. We got a 3-day, 4-day weekly squeeze about to happen, right? Throw some fibs on this piece and see what we can do. All right, so go from high to low. We haven't quite hit the 618, which is at 690. If Facebook breaks 692, I say 709 possibly. Yeah, 692, 709 is incoming. That puts us back in the supply zone. So there is a supply zone running from basically from here. Nailed it. So that's Tesla's supply zone, basically from 700 to 720. So what we're trying to do is we're going to hit up in here and hopefully break through. We break 720. We've got 7. What do we got here? We got 740. Let's see what we got going on. Earnings coming up, so pre-anticipatory run. MACD is neutral and increasing. RSI stochastics and the signal line is crossing above the Bollinger Bands. If we can get a break above it, it's going to be another indicator of a potential long. Green 10x bars, right? 3-day, 4-day squeeze should fire off to the long side. Massive move up. Fifth wave completed. We're in a little consolidation Elliott wave pattern right now. Let's see. So Goldman lifts Tesla estimates up to 725, which is good. Like I said, we got that 618 coming in at 691.50. I'm just going to call it 692. Break is 692. We're going to hit 700, and then we're going to play within that supply zone, so it may chop for a little bit. So keep that in mind. Don't like having that on my face. All right, what happened here? Shoot. So it looks like overnight we hit 618. Rejected off of that, which is also the daily mid. Coming back down, testing the rising 200 right now at 682. Tesla's selling off right now for some reason. What is SPY doing? SPY, like, hold on, let me just check the indexes real quick. Oh shit, what happened? Oh, CPI numbers came out. So, news. There's got to be some news somewhere. Well, that sucked. What was turning out to be a pretty awesome day may turn into a pretty shitty day. Okay. All right. CPI, Consumer Price Index, is up. That's not good. We want the CPI to be down. Yeah, so look for a fade. Let's see if we can get... Yeah, this is ugly, but it's alright. Shit happens. It actually might be a decent day. Alright, so looking at... This is futures. Obviously, CPI numbers came out. We dropped off the face of the earth, right? Looks like bonds are starting to recover a little bit. The Russell, I would like to see recover. NQ's starting to recover. It went from 14,920 to 14,822. So a 100-point drop in 2 minutes. No, not a big deal, right? But it does look like it's starting to recover. The ES looks like it's starting to recover as well. So that being said, just we got a 30-year bond auction later today, so TLT might come into play. You know. All right, so got rid of the news. Got to readjust my charts now. Readjusting of the charts. Really? Thank you. All right, so SPY was at the 4-hour top. It broke below the 200 on the 5-minute, so it may come back down and test 434, or it's going to recover here based on its little uptrend. Regardless, we're just going to check some stuff out. All right. Yeah, it looks like we're starting to recover. Texas Instruments has earnings, or was that? Yeah, TSM has earnings. So, looking for Texas Instruments to make a move today, right? Daily, 2-day, 3-day, 4-day, weekly squeeze. Good beta within 8% of its 52-week high. Positive VWAP, moves about $3 a day. Green 10x bar. Primary cycles are aligned. We need, it looks like we got a positive MACD stochastic on RSI. We are still in this daily squeeze with the light blue histogram. We've got some volume coming up. Earnings next week. We might have a little earnings play setting up here. 191 is the point. We've maintained that overnight. Let me throw some Fibonacci's on this real quick and see what we can do. So, Texas Instruments, maybe on watch today. That's not going to do me any good there. I need to go. All right, so I'm going to do some shorter term fibs. Long term, we've got some good confluence happening here. I like to see that. Bringing it down to the 4-hour. All right, so the squeeze is going to fire off. Hopefully we get a MACD crossover. We've got a 4-hour daily, 2-day squeeze. Those should fire to the long side. Stack positive moving averages. Momentum. Conviction. Right? This is a longer term wedge breakout. If we can get above 192.88 and we eat all the way to 197, taking profit here at 194. That's Texas Instruments, right? Those are our levels, right? Looks like this. Yeah. So pretty significant resistance at 192, 193. So 193 is like hard time for Texas Instruments to get through, but if it does, it seems to be good. I'm just checking on futures, just making sure it wasn't some sort of a more of a fade than it really is. I want to look at Neo. Neo looks like it's set to move. So Apple sold off. Texas Instruments. Roku should be on watch today. Neo definitely going to be watching this. We'll watch Neo at the open. Roku looks like it might be flagging. Texas Instruments, definitely going to watch this at the open. Look at that. It's a beautiful move. Look for a fade down to 191 for it to continue to move to the upside. All right. Neo. So Neo may be moving off of a Tesla sympathy on the daily. So we ran up, we smacked into this massive demand zone right here running from 55 to 58, right? It's a $3 demand zone. It's going to be pretty significant. We rejected off of that. So this is a little cup and handle that's forming on the daily, right? We just got into a mid to low compression squeeze. We sold off to the 200 SMA, found some support there, closed barely above it. Our moving averages are still stacked positive, right? Good ADX, not so good at VWAP. Weekly and monthly MACDs are positive. 4-hour and daily are not so great. So what I would look for this for Neo is I believe if we can get above the 34 and close above the 34 and come up and test the 8 EMA at 47.31, I believe that would be a reversal, right? A complete reversal. Coming back up and testing 49.50. The key for NEO is we could chop from 47 to 55 for weeks. It's got an issue with the $55 level, which is understandable. So the run from 50 to 55 could be fun to play. Let's see what it's doing overnight. Nice move yesterday. Consolidation overnight. Or consolidation towards the end of the day. We got to get above the 50 SMA on the 4 hour. So like we've got a little bit of work to do. We're not quite ready on the 4 hour. Maybe give it another day for everything to get more aligned. So maybe another day of consolidation here at 45 to 47. There's 382 retracement. I don't know. This is interesting. Anyway, NEO's not quite ready yet. After today, it may be, though. It's going to have some movement. Let's look at space. Excuse me. All right, so I watched the whole thing, right? Which, one second. Which to me was really interesting. The way that they've got the whole, it's very commercially built. The user experience is very elegant. I believe that that space will rebound simply because once this starts to get more into the public, I don't know. I feel like it's a goal. It's going to be a goal for a lot of rich people, especially after Bezos does it. So looking at space, I'm trying to find some shares for the long term. With that being said, until we can get up and above the Keltner channel bottom and this 200 SMA on the 5 minute, so we need to get back above 42, well shit, 43.15 really, to be honest with you. And I'll start feeling a little bit more comfortable for the move to the upside. Until then, I'm going to sit back. I'm going to buy any dip opportunity that I can, right? And this would be for the long term. So I play long terms a little different. I dip my beak a little bit and start slowly building shares. So that's space. All right. The other ones I wanted to look at today are Airbnb, Baba, Saba, and Roku. Let's check those guys out. Yes, Saba. I need to fire up one thing real quick because I wanted to check the short interest in space real quick. So let this fire up. Looking at the algo for Airbnb at the close of yesterday, we've got nice strong bullish divergence on the 1 minute. Let's bring it out on the 15. Yeah, so Baba's got bullish divergence on the 15-minute chart. We've got a block trade level at 154.50 that's going to be our target. It's an older, I mean, it came in on the 1st, so it may have been filled, may not. So we got this block trade level here. We've got a dark pool and a regular coming in at 140 and then 141 respectively. So while this is a range, right? Those are the things that I like with the algo. And I've got this nice strong uptrend, right? Looks like it's a little bit of a wedge. Little bit of a wedge. And then the algo, I'd like it to curl up and over. However, the algo has diverged and it's pretty much net buying, right? So that's Airbnb. Now I come over and check it out on the old chart piece. So it looks like overnight popped, ran into resistance at the daily mid, 4-hour mid, sold back, or cloud, daily mid, 4-hour cloud, sold back off, came in and found some support at this 200 SMA. I'd like this 50 to cross above it. Currently we're just kind of selling off with the market. Oh shit. Maybe that was a fake, not a fake out. Shit. It's gonna be one of those days. Seriously? Do not lag on me today. I have to fix those little notifications. Stop with the notifications. Where's it coming from? I have to kill it. I'm gonna kill it. Alright, so Neo sold off. That's awesome. I'm gonna check out. So this is ES. We sold off. We're selling off. We're selling off. What I do when this happens is I'll go back in time, find some previous highs. We broke through that one. This next one would be possibly here. No. Damn it. $430.57. 430.57 is where I'm looking for a bounce. A break below that. And then we've got this level way back here. 435.53. Yeah. I would actually like this to sell off overnight so that we get a ripper in the open, because it was going to be a fade anyway. So I'm just looking for, those are my two price levels. Below that, there's a pretty significant demand zone coming in at 43.42. Right, obviously halfway in between here, there's probably another level. Right, no. So let me just stress, I want to stress this point. If you don't know what you're doing today, don't try to short shit. Like, I'm not shorting this market until price gets below, like, 400 or 4,200. Like, then it's like, oh, maybe we're going down. Until then, it's just too massive. All right, so that's the ES. This is the NQ. It's already came down and tip-tapped on pretty significant support level. Is it this one? Let me throw some more levels on here. NQ is going to fall the most of the two just because it's been on such a rip lately, which sucks because Tesla's having such a glorious day. All right, let me just get some levels. For those of you that don't know what I'm doing is I'm taking the highs and the lows of some sessions, including the overnight. Price has a tendency to interact with these levels, right? Looks like a little tweezer double bottom there. I missed this level. This is consolidation, so this cluster that it's in right now is just that, it's a cluster. If you wanted to do it the correct way for a longer term, just know that you're going to have to update this every once in a while. Wow. All right, so we just hit some pretty key levels. Weekly pivots on gold, YM, NQ. Ooh, we broke through that shit. CL. This is nasty. This is nasty. So this is what my NQ looks like longer term. See how those little itty bitty things, how frustrating it can be. I'll just clear, get rid of that. I don't know why I'm so damn laggy. Just throw a study on here real quick. Pretty nifty, eh? So that's monthly. Let's bring it down to the 1 hour. All right, so we got the 1 hour Ichimoku cloud coming in right at 14,800-ish area. Look for some interaction at 14,803. 14,706 is, if it gets into this cloud, it's going to give up the gains for the last couple of days. We've got a tree line at 14,377. I don't know if we're going to hit that, but we did run into... Yeah, this is going to be ugly. Dang it. Tesla was... Look at that. Dang it. All right, well. With that being said, jeez. It's pretty ugly. It's pretty ugly. All right, so I got to quit. I mean, so... here's a couple things. On days like today, you can play inverse ETFs, so like UVXY, LabD, SQQQ, I think. Let me just check these out. So the inverse ETFs are... I think it's SVXY, LabD, UVXY, SQQQ. Let's give those guys a shot real quick. So, is it UVXY? Yeah. See how this is rocketing? Right, this is a futures ETF. It's just skyrocketing right now because everything's selling off. I think it's LabD, LabU. It's LabD. So LabD is biotech inverse ETF. And then is it SVXY? This is the VIX. All right, so that's the wrong one. This is horrible. Damn. So SQQQ, which is this is short the Qs, right? I don't know what IWM's inverse is, but yeah. So if you're bullish and you like stocks that go this way, play the inverse ETFs today, right? Wow, how, dude? All right, so I think I have a bearish list here. Hold on. All right, so Lulu. Wow, UVXY is just, it went from 26.85 to 28, so a nice $2 move overnight. I could get into SQQQ right now. It's at 866, right? These are meant to kind of hedge positions. ES and Q is just non-stop drop. That's just really bad. So we broke through that 43.57 price level that I had marked up. So 43.52 is the next level for a bounce. If we get below that, ew, this is just bad. Bad, 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 bad. Okay. Well, what do we want to do today? This is UVXY. This is the VIX, basically, ETF. From a technical standpoint, 30 is the target, right? With profit taking at 28.77. Wowzers. Just wowzers. So let's look for ones that are going to hold up today and see what we got going on here. I want to check the weed sector. Tilray's holding up overnight. Why? Because of the news. I think this news overpowers the baked in sell-off, right? You guys have any tickers you want me to look at? Like, well, first of all, do you guys understand what's happening? So CPI numbers came out and they were higher than expected. What that means is that it's costing more for things, but there's not enough money coming in to pay for it. I mean, for lack of a better term. Now, yeah. I just sorry, I was reading something in the comments and somebody said Trump would have broken the trend line with a trade war tweet. Yes, it should be introduced, maybe being introduced on Wednesday. But so whenever the market sells off, people, I swear, they just rush to these weed stocks, right? CGC. I mean, look at this. This is overnight, right? Let me just change this up a little bit. Right, it looks like shit the entire for the last 2 weeks, but hey, you know what? Rumors of a weed bill being passed, and we start to get some momentum, right? We got a MACD crossing on the 4-hour, positive stacked, positive increasing. It's gonna rip today. Look for point of controls at 26 or 25.50. Lots of lots of junk getting up to there. VWAP's coming in at 24.11. So that's CGC. I'm gonna play it just because it's gonna move well today. Money is gonna rotate out of the market into weed. Everybody wants to get high and not watch this market drop. Chinese market. That's smart. Let's check out Baba and Baidu. Well, 205, 210, Fade, look for support coming in at 207. Look for the bounce. Missed the move. Let me see what we got going on here. So we got a little blue diamond going on. Blue teardrop, whatever the hell they call it. I believe that's a reversal candle. I like Baba. I've always liked Baba. It's been beaten down pretty bad. So what is this on the? Let me just adjust my charts a little bit here. So we sold off to VWAP. This is, you know what? You. Good call. Ba ba ba. Okay. Let me look at the algo. So the algo coming into today, consolidating net buying began. So we gapped up over the last couple days. 203.47 is the block trade level that's providing the most support currently. We've got a 209.65, which we're going to hit. So let me just line up these block trades for you real quick. 209.65, first target. We've got cluster at 202. 203.47 is one providing support. If you're not familiar with the way I do these, if we get a dark pool and a regular block trade level together, I'll use this purple color. Shit, I need a better color than that. I gotta find a different color for combo blocks. Maybe this guy. That's even harder to see. You know what? Let's use white. Shit, yeah. Everybody can see white. There we go. So we've got some combo block trades right there. So dark pool and regular block trades coming in right at 200 and at 211.43. Above that, we've got clear skies. We've got some gaps that need to be filled. We're gap stepped down. The algo's curled up. Right, it's slowly increasing. Oh, come on. So if the algo can break above that horizontal resistance and continue to the upside, look for it to pull Baba up. Now Baba's got trendline support, a little bit of a wedge that it's going to need to break out of, but once it does, 209.65, which is where it's at right now, right? We got to get up and above through that. I'm gonna throw some. I swear I had some fib levels here. Yeah, so it broke through that. 382 maintain support. VWAP 34 EMA. Yeah, this is gonna be a good one to play today. Good call. Very good call. I like it. I like it. All right. So obviously, since Thinkorswim wants to be a pain in my ass, baba baba baba. Right off the daily bottom, ran into the 4-hour top. Right, maintaining there's some VWAP support here. We got a buy signal issued. As far as the target is concerned, we just broke through the 382. If we can move through that, so what do we got here? A break above 212.50, go long. So where am I? Write this down out. At 212.50, we're going to come up and test 215 and then 218. Yeah, so I've got a 222 target for BABA. That's on the break of 212. Sound good? Let's check out the options chain. It's just not looking pretty. These candlestick patterns are straight up bear reverse. I mean bear patterns. Huh. Well, it smacked into that level that I had previously drawn. We got to get through this 4-hour Keltner channel cloud. Like I said, if we take out 211.50, I like it for the move to the upside. Let me clear out my chart here. I don't want to do that. Hold on. Let me get rid of some of the stuff I don't necessarily need right now. Alright, I like that better. So Bob's got some work to do to get back up to it. But there's two... Is that even valid? It's not valid anymore. Sorry, I'm just trying to find some levels here. And that is a pretty valid level. Here's the supply zone that's going to be an issue. It's this one right here. There we go. So, so look for BABA to retrace to at least the 34 EMA, which is 214. Yeah, it's going to move up. I'm going to watch this at the open. All right, yeah, I'll check out Baidu. I'm going to look at the options real quick on BABA. So there's a bunch of 210, 220, 230 butterflies right now. They're thinking it's going to pin at 220. The other option would be the 215, 235, 255. Yeah, looking at these right here. Looks like there's a bunch of unbalanced flies. There's a bunch of flies on BABA, right? I do like BABA. I'm going to write that down. If I don't write it down in a couple places, I'll forget about it, and then it'll rip, and I'll be like, oh, I went over that in the stream. Why the hell didn't I play it? Yep, because I look at too many tickers a day. I wish I could just look at like 10 and then just trade the shit out of them. I did that for a little while with IWM. Made a little bit of a money on that. Once you get to know a ticker, you can make bank on it. And then you structure your charts around that ticker and not. It's a sniper approach versus a shotgun approach. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, it's looking red. Looks like we got a little bit of recovery at 14,800 on the dot for NQ. It's got resistance all the way back up to previous highs. Looks like we got a little bit of a bounce here. Now, if that continues throughout the open, then maybe it'll be okay. I do like Baidu, or Baba. Let me look at Baidu real quick. Oh, yeah. Okay, so Baba. Depending on the open. I like the 220s. $220, $230, $40 fly is a possibility. You can also probably sell a put credit spread from 210 to 220 or 210, 215. That might help. So we're going to open at 210, right? Market makers are only baking in $2 move. So Baba would be the 210 open, right? To buy the dip on those, if possible. And then the key for Baba really is getting above 212. So if we can get above 212, right? 214, 220, 226. Yeah, those 220s. Shit, you could do 220, 230 vertical for probably $1. Yeah. I don't. All right. So, shit. All right. Give me 1 second. Let me do Baidu real quick, and then I'm going to show you something. Same deal. 4-hour Keltner channel top. If it's got to get through it. So 185. I break a 185 for Baidu. We test 191, and then potentially 200 over the next couple of weeks. We've got, with Baidu, we don't have a whole lot of squeezes to help us out. Right? So I would look for a rejection down to 182. If that doesn't hold, we've got the 200 SMA, which is a 4-hour mid, coming in at 180. So potential pullback to 180 for a rip, or yeah, I like the pullback to 180 for the move back up to 185. I don't think it's got enough juice to get through this cloud right now. Baidu's a little heavier than Baba. So this daily Keltner channel cloud right here at 182 is going to provide support all the way down to the mid, which is at 180. A break below 179.5, and we come test 176.46. Okay? So to repeat, if we open and are able to close above 185.06, we can go long to 190. Contrarian, if we can't get through that 185.06, look for a pullback to 182 and potentially 180. If we lose 179.50, it's 176.45. Okay? All right. Now, real quick, and then I have to run. So, if you're in Thinkorswim, All right, so you're in Thinkorswim. If you want to know possibly what it's going to open at, you would click on Theo Mark and Price. You would click over in the Theo price, change the date to the date that we're at today, right? Baba's gonna open $5 above where it closed, right? And what that does it gives you, let's say I wanted the 220s. So yesterday they closed at 25 cents. If Baba opens $5 more than it closed, so it closed at 205. If it opens at 210, oh, you laggy, these 220s are going to open up at 95 cents. Right? That's why I like the 220s. It's $1 so within my risk range. If I wanted to get a little closer to the money, yeah, the 220s are probably going to be the best bet, right, at $1. Or even, yeah. So that's Theo price, Mark. You go and change the date. You add what the price is either gapped up or gapped down. You look at the strike that you want to get. Over on the Theo price, this is a theoretical option price with that move baked into it. So, right. I want to say thanks for joining me. I've got to run. I'm not going to do the open this morning. I will do the open a couple times this week. I've got too many positions to manage at the open. So let me get my shit straightened up so that I can actually focus on just doing some live trading. And then later this week, I'll label the title Live Trading the Open. Okay. Thanks for joining me. My name is Dark Bolt Algo. Have a great day. Stay safe. Remember, cash is a position. You don't have to play today. You don't have to get involved. Sit back, watch, learn, be safe, keep your seat at the table. Don't lose your ass on a down day. All right, thanks for joining me. Everybody have a great day, and make sure I did my job, you do your job. Like button, subscribe, notifications, share this shit on